Lucian, to me,
Lucian, like, keep my name out your motherfucking mouth,
is tanking.
This situation has been hilarious, seeing things progress. They think folks are really upset rather than folks being shocked that Drake would stoop this low.
Chairman of UMG, we're gonna talk about Drake, all right? He responds to Drake. Earlier this week, court documents related to the discovery portion
from UMG and their CEO, Lucian Grainge.
I let it go on for too long now. Now it's time for me to get in the mix and say what I gotta say. All the lawyers saying what they gotta say and all that, whatever that is, it's time for me to say what I gotta say. Lucian Grainge done with the bull job.
Aubrey Drake Graham, plaintiff versus UMG Recordings, defendant. Declaration of Sir Lucian Grainge.
So Lucian Grainge wanted some. Lucian Grainge saw the judge getting some, saw the internet. He said, nah, I need some. This looking too good. Hold on, back up. Let me get some. Let me get some.
CBE, pursuant to 28 U.S.C. 1746, I, Lucian Grainge, declare as follows.
Put the beat on. Put the beat on. Put the beat on. We either gonna put Euphoria on, Meet the Grams, or Ether. Which beat? Throw that on while you read this, cause yeah, this the one to make your soul burn slow. Yeah.
I'm the chairman and CEO of Universal Music Group NV, which is the indirect parent corporation of defendant UMG Recordings Inc. Plaintiff Aubrey Drake Graham claims that I was behind the scheme to devalue, in quotation marks, devalue his brand through the release and promotion of the Kendrick Lamar recording Not Like Us.
Hey, and if y'all think that hasn't been, I've been bumping that song like I wrote it, man.
An allegation that makes no sense due to the fact that the company that I run, Universal Music Group, has invested hundreds of millions of dollars in Drake.
She said, I don't want no, stop putting my fingers all over that. I don't want no part of that destruction. I don't want no part of that humiliation ritual that you went through, Drake. Now, I mean, my hands is clean. You up there mad at me. Don't get mad at me. Lucian, like, what you mad at me for? Kendrick did that. I can't help what the boogeyman just did to you. My hands clean.
Damn. So this is the CEO talking, saying like, bro, how you saying we doing this to you when we invested so much money into you? Like, you really wouldn't be where you're at today if it wasn't for us. And now you think we're out here to destroy you? That some of this stuff just doesn't make any sense.
You know, that makes sense. He's an artist. He's a big artist who invested. That's what a label's supposed to do. And if you really do think about, you know, they've invested so much money, continue to invest money. So it is a good point to bring up. Like, bro, we've invested a lot of money. And we just with the deal, what would make us not want to keep making money with this guy?
Drake, for some reason, he acting like there's some secret trail that will prove UMG, Lucian, and Kendrick all linked up together and basically conspired to hurt his career,
including long-standing and critical financial support for his recording career.
So we put money in your recording, bro. Why would we? That don't even make sense. And maybe we'll figure out some of the different things that why Drake might be really confused on maybe certain things he was able to do, you know, before that he's not now, when he's like, why can't I do that now? Everybody going down.
The purchase and ownership of the bulk of his recording catalog and the purchase of his music publishing rights.
Is this something that happens a lot in the industry? Of course. There's lots of people in 360 deals, right?
They said they are in the Drake business. Why would they ruin their own investment? Why? Make sense of that.
So right at the bat, Sir Lucian Grainge is saying that, you know, they invested hundreds of millions of dollars. We know about the $400 million re-up the last time, but for the purchase and ownership of the bulk of his recording catalog, it gives you maybe a little insight into the deal that UMG struck with Drake, but doesn't tell the whole story. I mean, what does bulk mean? What's the percentage that they own? Who gets what? At what point are those rights reverted over? You know, I know there's a lot of speculation here, but I don't think there's a ton of information. But what Lucian is basically saying, hey,
nigga, you an employee, bro. Let's get real about it. Huh? Lucian ain't never gonna jump me like a baby. Huh? Me and Lucian like Shaq and Kobe. Last time I checked, Shaq didn't have Kobe in a 360. What are you talking about, huh? He might have lopped it up to Kobe for a 360 dunk.
It also makes no sense whatsoever as I run a publicly traded, multi-billion-dollar, multinational corporation whose operations in over 60 countries covering
nearly 200 markets ultimately report up to me. Our business encompasses over 100 record labels, as well as a multinational music publishing division, global merchandise and direct-to-consumer business, the worldwide Virgin Music label services, short and long-form audio-visual production.
That's all we really need to read. Quick and concise, it makes all the sense in the world. Lucian's like what Drake is saying is stupid. Like, take yourself out of his emotions for a second and think of it business-wise. Why would I have like people that I got to report to, or like this is a big business. You think we're gonna not want to have the two? Like, what are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about?
In a variety of other businesses, in which his own CEO, president, and his own management structure. Collectively, these businesses issue tens of thousands of releases and product each month. My focus is on developing and implementing the global strategy that will shape UMG for generations to come. In light of this responsibility, the proposition that I am in the weeds as to the release and promotion of any particular sound recording from the thousands of UMG releases throughout the world is farcical.
I don't have time to deal with y'all feud. I gotta deal with freaking Taylor Swift and this and that. I gotta do a lot more things and then worry about the rap battle, right? I was busy.
Damn, that's crazy. It's a farcical. It's a farce. Bruh, yo, I'm telling you now, man.
You know what I mean? I gotta cover all these markets and stuff like that. Granted, I'm not gonna say, hey, Lucian, allegedly, I'm letting you right now, that was the biggest thing that ever happened. So you might have been looking. But say what you gotta say to get your hands clean. Say what you gotta say to get the blood off your hands.
I might have fucked that word up, but basically it's a farce, is what he's saying. That's where that word stems from. So, he's saying, hey man, I run this whole company. There's tens of thousands of releases each month from UMG, and I'm not in the weeds.
And given my role, I am accustomed and fortunately largely resigned to personal attacks, and I further recognize that the frequent strategy of UMG's litigation opponents is to attempt to waste my and UMG's time and resources with discovery of the sort that Drake is seeking here.
Again, this is below me. I have people that I hire for this. That's what Lucian and his lawyers are saying.
What are you talking about? We allowed Drake to drop his tracks. I'm sorry that Not Like Us ended up being just something you couldn't match to. Huh? You know what's the craziest part too, Drake, you weirdo, because I know that your team or somebody probably watching. You know what's the weirdest thing? And I know what really gotta hurt you is the fact that I guarantee you have never in your life had one of these hits. Like, you've had big hits. I guarantee you've never had one you made by yourself.
Either in an attempt to gain media attention or in an effort to force some kind of commercial renegotiation or financial concessions.
Given his role, he's high up the food chain. People know his name, that this is a waste of time to have him take part in discovery, and it's either to kind of fuel media headlines or to force UMG to come to the table for some type of settlement.
But given Drake's motion, I would like to make it quite clear that I had never heard the recording Not Like Us, nor ever saw the corresponding cover art or music video until after they were released by Interscope Records.
That's a big deal right there, because he's on the record saying this. This is not, he's saying this in a statement. He ain't on the record, but he's saying this in a statement. Well, obviously this would be put a part of this. So if he's lying, it's game over. He's basically saying, like, look, I'm putting it out there. I never seen the music video or heard none of this stuff, and none of this ever happened.
Why would I want to tarnish that? Why would I want to sabotage that? Why would I want to devalue something that I own? I own it. I want it to do good so I can do good.
So either Lucian is lying and he got good people behind him that's covering it up, or he's telling the truth. It's one or the other. It has to be one or the other. Because you think about it. If he's willing to put this out there and say, hey, listen, I never heard it. I never seen it. I never heard the song, because people are going to get it misconstrued. He never said he didn't hear the song. He's saying he didn't hear the song until after its release. That lets you know right there that he's not in charge of Kendrick Lamar.
Whilst, as a part of my role, I certainly have financial oversight of and responsibility for UMG's global businesses. The proposition that I was involved in, much less responsible for, reviewing and improving the content of Not Like Us, its cover art or music video, or for determining or directing the promotion of those materials.
Don't get mad at me. I'm over there trying to figure out this over here, marketing this 200, this over there, and then Kendrick Lamar dropped Not Like Us. I'm like, all right. And they're like, damn, that song is killing my little freaking, that song is killing my baby mama. God damn, that song is killing my baby mother.
Is groundless and indeed ridiculous. I declare under penalty of perjury that the foregoing is true and correct. Executed on August 14, 2025 in Monterey, California.
Clap it up.
Perjury, bro. This is crazy.
So, you know, there you have it. I mean, you know, not only is this a statement, I mean, this is on court and record and the part of I declare under penalty of perjury. So, you know, what I'm assuming, if somebody wanted to go to the lengths and somehow try to prove.
Yo, this is getting crazy. This is getting crazy. Yo, I'm telling you, this is getting crazy and crazier and crazier and crazier the more I think about it. Damn.
That Lucian was lying or not truthful, not forthcoming, and was actually in the weeds. Let's say, you know, he says very clearly, I didn't hear Not Like Us until after it came out. If somebody can prove that he heard it before it came out, then he you know, he subjects himself to perjury, right?